Ralsei, the lovable, adorable little squash baby, such a fluffy and cute boy. A boy you shouldn't trust. What's up, my anomalies? Welcome back to a Deltarune video. Before we continue, there will be spoilers for Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 of Deltarune, so play those before you watch this video. Thank you for all the recent support again. I have a Discord, again, where I hang around. I usually write in the RP down there, so feel free to come in and say hello. Anyways, on with the video. Ralsei is a point of conflict within the community for a simple reason: he's too kind. The way he acts and how he is more suspicious than you'd actually think. I mean, he's a Prince of Darkness that has been left alone for who knows how long, and is still somehow not infected by the seeming automatic aggression that occurs throughout the other Dark Worlds. Ralsei is definitely not who he says he is, or at least isn't exactly trustworthy, and there are a few points of suspicion and anomalous activity that he does, and we're going to go through them. First of all is Ralsei's travel. In Chapter 2, Ralsei appears in the cyberworld to save Kris and Susie, which is strange since when darkners leave the Dark World they turn into real-life items. And we don't see an item that Ralsei could be, and he doesn't really follow us out of the Dark World. One of the most common theories is that Ralsei has access to all of the Dark Worlds using the large golden doors to travel to and from the Dark Worlds. The only issue I really see with this theory is that where are the other doors? I mean, a door has to exist in a place where you walk through and a place where you walk out of. And there was no visible door from where Ralsei could have come from in Chapter 2. So this theory, although possible, I doubt. Ralsei's knowledge is another anomalous little bit of his character. It's no secret that Ralsei has some knowledge that even most important beings of the other Dark Worlds don't know. Like how darkness are actually birthed from real-life items. And the fact he knows how the prophecy is, the prophecy and everything, it's kind of a bit strange. He doesn't have like a parental figure or a library where he could have studied on this stuff. Unless... Nah. Well... This could be explained by the fact that he may be a lot older than he seems, or maybe there is a library and we just haven't really seen it yet. Ralseis Design is another point in contention because a lot of people doubt that Ralsei is connected to Asriel. You can't deny the similarities. Both are princes, at least in Undertale. We're unsure about Toriel and Asgore and Deltarunes. Both are goats and have similar facial structures. Both seem to have softer voices and be possibly more feminine in nature. And both are trusting, and both have a best friend who may or may not be a mass serial killer. All of these similarities, and the fact that Ralsei is an anagram of Asriel. So they might not be the same person, but they are 100% connected in some way, somehow. But now that we have some reason to believe he isn't who he said he is, like how he can do things that he shouldn't really be able to do, what is Ralsei? Theory 1. An innocent cinnamon bun. Although he acts like the cutest little boy, oh my god, I want to squish him, he's so fucking cute! But besides that, there are some suspicious things that go on with him. The main thing that makes me question is the fact that in Chapter 2, when everyone else is captured, he works with the Queen. Even if it's for a short moment, he sees no major rush in letting us out, and he simply fits right into the crowd like he's used to it. This seems like a small hint, maybe to the fact that he has no issue working under a megalomaniac. Megalomania. Where have I heard that before? Theory 2. Ralsei is Asriel disguised. This theory suggests that Ralsei is in fact Asriel, and yes, they do seem to be connected somehow, but I don't think that Ralsei is actually Asriel. But it can make sense. A big argument against this theory is the fact that Ralsei is young, he isn't old enough to go to college like Asriel. But in Chapter 2, we see Noelle become small for a moment. So it is possible, although this could have just been a visual thing, but it also could have been a physical thing where she physically got younger. Maybe Asriel entered the Dark World to live in the past, to hide from college. Why? Well, as someone who recently turned 18, I can tell you that aging is a scary thing. The closer I get to quote-unquote adulthood, the worse it gets. I would love to just turn back the clock and be younger again, able to play make-believe with friends. And there isn't too much solid proof against this. For or against. But this theory is interesting, and I'm not saying it's the most unlikely, but I'm not saying it's very likely. Theory 3. Ralsei is the true villain. Now, there is a few small hints towards this being the case. Some I have already talked about, like when Ralsei is for a moment working with the Queen. There's also some theories that state that Ralsei told Kris to make more fountains, as there have been points where Kris and Ralsei have been alone together, where Ralsei explained something to Kris that we actually didn't get to hear most of the conversation about. And there is a small reason for Ralsei to even make the Dark Worlds in the first place, and that is the fact that Ralsei doesn't have any subjects, as he noted as an important part at the beginning of Chapter 1. He could be making more Dark Worlds to get more subjects into his kingdom, either for evil reasons or just because he's lonely. Theory 4, Ralsei is being used by Gaster. Where did Ralsei get all of his knowledge? It could possibly come from Gaster himself. Think about it, the prophecy that was told by Ralsei was told throughout time and space, and as I said in a previous video, somebody who's related to all of time and all of space is our good old friend, W.D. Gaster. But there's one thing about the prophecy that I think should catch our attention, and that is the goal, to stop Angel's heaven. Now, there's only been one major reference to an angel in both Deltarune and Undertale, and that angel was Kara, an angel that fell from the surface who would make the underground empty. Well, they tried to kill everyone. So it's possible that the epic climactic event is another fight against Kara. Maybe with Gaster on our side, we have to go and try and prevent Kara from destroying this world as she did the last one. Maybe Deltarune takes place in another universe after a genocide run in Undertale. Kara takes you and the human soul over to this next world, and you attempt to stop them. Theory 5, Ralsei is a Lightner. Kind of similar to the Ralsei is Asriel theory, but slightly different in the fact that he doesn't need to be Asriel, but just some other Lightner. Now that could explain a lot about his knowledge of the Dark Worlds, but there are some little small facts that I think disprove this theory. Such as the fact that when downed in combat, Ralsei seems to vanish completely, only leaving his clothes, like a creature made of imagination or darkness. He also has a colored text box which only darkners have in Deltarune, at least to my knowledge, and Ralsei is also described as a darkner multiple times. Now this could all just be a ruse, but it's also possible that he's telling the truth and he is a darkner. Now on to Theory 6, Ralsei is a part of Kris. This is another popular theory to explain how Ralsei can travel between different worlds and how he has so much innate knowledge. Ralsei is a part of Kris. Ralsei is Asriel or some sort of other figure personified by Kris's imagination when they enter the Dark World. If it really is Kris's determination and imagination that created the Dark Worlds, maybe Ralsei was the first one born from it and is most connected to Kris. Ralsei does seem to have some sort of connection towards Kris, so it could kind of make sense that this would work. Which means that Ralsei could follow Kris into any of the other Dark Worlds because it's not linked to the main Dark World but instead to Kris themselves. Why don't they turn into an item? Well, they actually could. They could turn into a gold locket that Kris wears, just like how Asriel wears another locket. Just like in Undertale, how they both had gold lockets, which shows that there is, again, possibly a connection between the two universes. So is Ralsei playing the long game? Is Ralsei just an innocent cinnamon bun that I want to squish? Or is he maybe a Gaster follower who is trying to help the world against Kara, who's coming from the heavens to kill us all? Maybe Kris is Kara in a different universe. Maybe we are Frisk from a genocide run trying to stop Kara from going off and killing more worlds. After all, Kris's red eye is very similar to Kara's red eye when they take over Frisk's body. What do you guys think about these theories? Do you have any more theories that you would like to share, and would you like any more of these videos? Comment down below and do all that good stuff. Speaking about future videos, I think the next video might not be a Deltarune theory, but might be something else. Talking about a TV show maybe, or a YouTube channel, I'm unsure. Now that it seems like my YouTube channel is kind of growing again, I'm kind of invested to come back into it and to make more content for you guys to enjoy. But I need to make sure that I also enjoy the content that, I want to make. Also, again, as a Discord, if you want to come join the Discord and talk with a bunch of people, that's cool. I mostly do my own little story and I write stories down there, but yeah, besides that, I could say hello, we could chat, have a nice little discussion. I'm totally not pointing a gun at your head. And again, I need to thank you guys so much for the support that's been happening on my channel lately. It kind of died down when I stopped doing Dream SMP theories because Dream SMP died and I just wasn't enjoying making them, but now it's kind of come back up with Deltarune, and that's cool. Seems like we might hit 11k, which is pretty cool. Finally getting out of that 10k rut, and maybe we can just keep growing and growing and growing and growing. Yet again, I might try and expand my content talking about YouTube videos or TV shows that I like, and just doing more kind of analytical videos, just talking about how I feel about certain things. Have fun with it, Anyway guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to join the Anomalous family. If I don't see you in the next video, I'll see you in the next life. If I don't see you there, I'll see you on the flip side. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you in the void. Bye bye!